His body was found encased in concrete in a Fulton storage unit. The question, who poured the concrete over Carl DeBrodie's body and stashed him out of sight? That has been the target of an intense investigation over the past 11 weeks. ABC 17's Jordana Marie has been digging through hundreds of pages of court documents, looking into who was responsible for keeping him safe. And Jordana, you've come up with names not heard of before and possible laws that were broken.
In that mound of documents, I found a list of people responsible for his daily care. I also looked at one serious potential violation of state law and talked with the woman who helped raise Carl, who left no doubt about what she thinks happened.
I think that somebody lost it on him, and that's how he died.
Mary Martin is a former guardian for Carl. She took care of him most of his childhood until he was 21. Martin said DeBrodie is developmentally challenged. She told me he doesn't speak well, but can get his point across to those who know him. She said he went to live at Second Chance Homes, an independent supported living facility, about 9 years ago. And that's where she says things started to go south for Carl.
When he went into Second Chance, he was put on meds. And it upped and upped and upped till he had the Thorazine shuffle. I mean, he was not Carl anymore.
On April 17th, Fulton police received a missing persons report from Second Chance. They quickly realized Carl had been missing a lot longer than the workers reported.
We conducted a foot search, a search with drones, a tracking dog from the Highway Patrol.
A week later, his body was found encased in cement in a storage facility.
With the decomposition of the body, this certainly probably been there for months, probably.
So when did Carl go missing? Who was responsible for making sure he was alive and healthy while living at Second Chance? According to former Cole County prosecutor Bill Tackett, everyone.
It's everyone who touches the oversight of him.
I've been looking through hundreds of documents from various agencies looking for who would be responsible for Carl. At the top of that list, Carl's court-appointed legal guardian, Callaway County Public Administrator Karen Dye.
She would be one of the people in the network of people, of players that were responsible for protecting Carl DeBrodie.
Next on the list, the case manager responsible for monthly face-to-face visits with Carl. In May, ABC 17 News reported Callaway County Special Services determined that employee was not meeting monthly with Carl despite filing reports stating otherwise. That employee has been fired.
There are criminal statutes for false reporting, filing a false report. There's forgery.
Right now, no one with CCSS has been charged, but it is possibly part of the larger investigation. We also know Rachel Rowden owns Second Chance Homes. Her name has not been mentioned in the investigation to this point. Second Chance Homes was an independent supported living facility with only 2 or 3 residents at a time living there.
All she had to do was drop in. I mean, she didn't have that many clients.
ABC 17's Deborah Kendrick and I went to Rowden's house earlier this week. I wanted to ask her about the last time she saw Carl, if she knew what happened, how she thought Carl's body ended up encased in cement. Her daughter said she was out of state. Can you tell us anything about what's going on with the Carl DeBrodie case?
Not liberty to say.
At the bottom of the responsibility totem pole, the people working in the home, day in and day out. Through court documents and police reports, ABC 17 News has determined Sherry Paolo was one of the employees at Second Chance from as far back as 2011 to as recently as 2016. One court document has her listed as a qualified disability professional at Second Chance in 2014, and a police report puts her in the home in October of 2016 after a resident allegedly threw punches at her and her husband. I spoke with neighbors in the area who told me they actually saw Sherry Paolo at the home the night before Carl was reported missing. Now, more than 2 months have passed since Carl was reported missing and his body was found. But still, there have been no arrests, no named suspects, no timeline of when justice for Carl will be served.
This is one that needs to be compartmentalized and worked through slowly but surely.
Tackett said the key to ensure justice is properly served for Carl is to find out what happened before he was reported missing.
What you're hearing is the chief of police talk about the decomposition of the body being months. And if you do the math on it, it doesn't work out.
Tackett has not been involved in this investigation, but he did say if this case was presented to him based on the facts we know so far, he'd likely take this to a grand jury before deciding who to ultimately prosecute and for what crimes. We know Callaway County has a standing grand jury, but it's not known if this investigation has been presented to them.